Baltimore Ravens are in kind of an interesting situation. Obviously, Lamar Jackson and him re-signing potentially with the Ravens is headline number one, but there's a lot of other things going on with the Ravens that might require a little bit of attention, including only having 5 picks in the 2023 NFL Draft, which is why we are doing our very first mock draft for the Ravens today. It's our 1.0. That means a couple of different things. Number one, no trading, just sticking and picking, seeing where the board falls, and then number two, having some fun with it. I do think the Ravens could trade down a little bit in round one and still get some, and probably, most likely, get some value. So we're going to jump right in here to our 7-round mock draft for the Ravens. You're going to notice a couple of different things here. So 7-round mock draft, high speed, low drag, because I ain't got that kind of time. Care for position of value, relatively high. Excuse me. Draft for needs also high because I do want this to be as realistic as possible. That's why we also put up randomness a little bit because you never know what could happen. It's the NFL draft. So we're going to go ahead and enter the draft here, 7-round mock draft, and get it going. So a lot of different things going on so far as we get moving. So, yes, the Ravens forfeited theirs. Okay. So Jordan Addison is sitting there, just sitting there. Do you go Jordan Addison or do you go Joey Porter Jr.? I'm going to go Jordan Addison because huge need here for the Ravens. Jordan Addison immediately, like he was basically unguardable at USC. Like the man was just a stud. Like he's just an absolute dude. So yes, getting him on your team is going to help you guys out a lot. Then going into the 3rd round, it is what it is. You can still find some talent at edge and corner here. We'll see what they get. So edge, Byron Young is there. Ooh, I like me some Byron Young. Wouldn't he look great? You know what? I am going to do it. I'm going to go Byron Young here, and I think he's going to be a fantastic edge rusher for the Ravens and help them out a lot. I really do think that. And so then now we are getting into the separate part of the round here. Okay, corner. Okay, who's edge is there? Okay. Oh, Jacorian Bennett's there. I like me some Jacorian Bennett. Owen Papo. Aiden O'Connell. Terrell Nakami. For the Ravens, we already got edge. We got wide receiver. Jacorian Bennett. Yeah, Jacorian Bennett, corner coming out to help out the Ravens in a lot of different scenarios and situations. This is already shaping up to be a pretty good draft. So, moving forward for the Ravens here, there's a lot of different things that they could do. I really feel like, obviously we touched on the edge piece of it. Ooh, Ivan Pace Jr., the linebacker. They got him leaned at linebacker, too. Don't let that fool you. Henry Toyo. Yes. Dude was a heat-seeking missile at Alabama, and of course, he goes to the Ravens. It's just unfair. It really is just unfair. So he goes to the Ravens, the heat-seeking missile, and it is what it is. So now we get to the bottom here. Cam Brown is sitting there. DJ Johnson's sitting there. Keayon Thompson. 200. Oh, I want to double down on corner, but I feel like the Ravens also need a little bit of help on guard, so we're going to go Javion Cohen here. Again, this is our first mock draft. We'll probably trade down in round 1 just to see what we can get for value, because I do think there's some teams that are a little desperate that aren't going to take Jordan Addison. A team like the Vikings, yeah, you guys get the pick. They can take advantage of my Vikings once again. But here we go and take a look at the haul here. So you started with Jordan Addison at 23. Yeah, you love that pick. You feel like he's going to be a guy that comes in immediately and does some big time stuff for you. Especially being your number 1 wide receiver. And obviously Lamar Jackson will have a number 1 wide receiver to throw to. Well, Byron Young, the edge rusher coming up out of Tennessee. I love the value here. He just screams as being an edge rusher for the Ravens. He's going to be an absolute menace for a really long time. Then you get Jacorian Bennett, the cornerback out of Maryland. I really like his ability in terms of being a guy that really can do it all. I think he's got great length. I think he's got great speed. And you really like the value in the 4th round as well. Henry Toyo, the linebacker coming up out of Alabama. Unfair. Absolutely unfair. He was a heat-seeking missile for the Crimson Tide last year. You get him in the 5th round. It's just not right. It's really just not right. They get him, and I think he could do things on the edge. I think he can do things in the middle. Just crazy value. And then finally, Javion Cohen, the guard out of Alabama. I think he's going to be more of a backup in the NFL, but at the same time, we've seen some crazier things happen with the Ravens, who seem to develop their players better than anybody in the NFL. So he could definitely be a starter down the line, but I think at the very least, you got a guy that can come in and do some things for you on the inside, on the interior offensive line. But that is it. That is our 2023 Baltimore Ravens mock draft 1.0. No trades, just sticking and picking, seeing where the board falls. Pretty easy. There's a lot of good players on the board. Just stick and pick. So, but let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about our 1.0 mock draft, or our first mock draft for the Baltimore Ravens.